So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys some ways to get better at keyboard and mouse in Fortnite. So if you guys do enjoy today's video, make sure to subscribe for more videos like this. So we're first going to start off with the keyboard. So the first tip that I'm going to give you guys to improve on keyboard is to try and improve your typing speed. Now, it just makes it easier to remember the keys on the keyboard, which is important in playing any game on a keyboard and mouse. You want to know where each key is on the keyboard, so it just makes it a little bit easier to remember the keys by trying to improve your typing speed. Now, the best way to improve your typing speed is to just use these like speed typing websites, and over time you will get faster and faster at typing on the keyboard, and it will also make it a whole lot easier to remember the keys. Now, the second thing is finding keybinds that work for you. What you can do is check out pro keybinds to get an idea of the type of keybinds that you should have in Fortnite, but don't fully copy it, because what might work for them might not work for you. Like, we all have different sized hands, so they can reach keys farther than you can. You also need to make sure that you are binding certain actions to separate fingers. You shouldn't have all of your important actions on one finger, because the more fingers you are using, the faster you will get. Now, there's people like Mr. Savage who have his building keybinds like all on one finger, like he uses one finger for them. And what I have to say to that is, it's not like the best way to set up your keybinds, but at the end of the day, it's whatever works for you. So if you feel like you are faster with one finger than multiple fingers, then go for it. But I suggest binding your actions to separate fingers, because this just makes you a whole lot faster than if you were just using one finger. Now, practice and experiment with different binds. Like, you're not going to get like the perfect keybinds for you first try. It's going to take not a long time, but it's going to take some time to like find out what works for you. Now, you want to get as comfortable as you can when playing. Like, this is the most important thing. You want to be comfortable and relaxed when playing. This just ensures that you're playing at the best you can, and it just makes learning keyboard and mouse a little bit easier when you're comfortable. Look for keyboards with the optimal layout for your desk space. So like, what I mean by that is, if you have a small desk, look for like a keyboard that's not a full-size keyboard. Look for like a 60% or like a 40% keyboard, because you're not going to have that much mouse space. But if you have like a decent sized desk, then I still suggest getting a like 60% keyboard. Like, don't go for those full-size keyboards, because one, it's basically useless. Like, you don't need all of those extra keys to the side and stuff. All you really need is like the important keys on your keyboard, like the keys that you type with and your arrow keys. Anything past that is basically useless. But just like, try to find a keyboard that fits your setup and fits your desk space, so you have an even balance of mouse and keyboard space. Now, if you do have a full-size keyboard, or a keyboard that takes up more space than the mouse, then I suggest tilting your keyboard, because that just gives you a little bit more room for your mouse, and it also makes it easier for you to press keys. There's some pros, like Tfue is like a really like good, I guess, example, where he has his keyboard tilted 90 degrees. Now, his reasoning was that it just makes it easier to hit the keys, but I feel like if you play with your keyboard tilted, you're one, gonna have more mouse space, and two, it's just gonna be easier to hit those keys. So if you want to tilt your keyboard, you can. You don't have to, but I highly recommend it. Now, when it comes to learning your keybinds, it's going to take some time, so I recommend using Machinerites creative map to reduce the time spent on learning keybinds. So if you guys want to learn your keybinds like the fastest way possible, then I suggest using this map. I've made a video on finding the best settings on keyboard and mouse. I show some really helpful techniques in that video that will make it 10 times easier to make the switch to keyboard and mouse. So if you guys are interested, check the eye in the top corner, or check the description down below for that video. I highly recommend you guys watch that video. As I said before, it just makes it 10 times easier to make the switch from controller to keyboard and mouse. So now it's time for the mouse. Now, when it comes to playing on keyboard and mouse, you need to find a reasonable sensitivity. You need to find a sensitivity that you can actually control. Don't copy other people's sensitivities, because you're not going to be good at it. Like I said before with the keyboard, if you copy someone's sensitivity, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to work for you. Everyone has a different, like, I guess, preference when it comes to sensitivities or keybinds. Like, what you can do is look at their scent and tweak it so it actually suits you. So next is using a comfortable mouse. Get a mouse that actually fits your hand. This will make your aim the best it can be. Now, you're probably wondering, how big should your mouse be? What you can do is measure your hand from the base of your wrist to the tip of your middle finger. Then take that number and multiply it by 0.66, and once once you're done with that, just look for a mouse that's roughly that length and you should be good to go. So every mouse has a different weight. The lighter the mouse is, the easier it is to aim. The harder the mouse is, the harder it will be to aim. So get a mouse that's less than 100 grams, as it will be the easiest to aim with. Now, aim trainers are the best way to improve not only your control with the mouse, but your aim. If you're new to playing on keyboard and mouse, and using an aim trainer will make you improve at a faster rate. The map that I suggest using in Fortnite to improve your aim, and I swear like I recommend this in every video where I talk about aim, but it's a Skaavoks Aim training map. Now, like, this map is the best map for those who want to improve your aim. It's basically like Kolvax, but in Fortnite. He made this map so it's just easier overall to just practice your aim in Fortnite. So now when it comes to building, building is one of the most important things to learn and improve. Now, to get better at building, practice makes perfect. So just play the game. You can also free build and practice with high ground retake maps. Now, like I said before, I've made a video talking about the best settings for keyboard and mouse, and in that video I go over the right keybinds for you to pick. So I highly recommend you guys check that video out once you're done with this video, because I guarantee after watching that video you guys are going to be set with the right keybinds and the right mouse settings for Fortnite. Now, editing is one of the other important things that you need to learn and master in Fortnite. The best way to get better at editing in Fortnite is to use Orangeguys edit course map. He somehow found a glitch to where the builds place closer than they usually would in Fortnite. But yeah, so that's the best way to improve your editing, because it's forcing you to react quicker. So in an actual game, like when you're performing certain edits, it's going to be a lot easier. So next is aim. So to improve your aim, you have to practice, and this goes down to finding the right mouse settings. So it kind of stacks, everything is important. If you don't have good mouse settings, then your aim is going to be off, and if you don't have good keybinds, then your building and movement is going to be off. So the first thing that you guys need to prioritize is finding those right keyboard and mouse settings. But when it comes down to practicing your aim, just practice using Skaavoks Aim training. Like I said before, this is the best map in Fortnite to use to practice your aim. But if you really want to use Kovacs, you can also use that as well. And just having the right sensitivity is important to having the best aim you can in Fortnite. If you guys did enjoy today's video, make sure to subscribe for more. It's been your boy Zxire, and I'm out. Peace.